Okay, so who is tired of being the world's best kept secret? Many, many, many moons ago, when I first started and moved my business online, I was the script writer, right? I would work with people on their launch scripts, and I worked with an amazing woman, Amy Jo Kim, and she was up in San Francisco area, and she said, "I'm damn tired of being the world's best kept secret." People were saying that about her. "Oh my God, you're brilliant." She did systems and game design and that type of thing. And she's like, "You know what? I'm all done being the world's best kept secret." And what she realized is she had to step up and stand out and become visible so that people would start recognizing her as the go-to expert. And that is what we all need to do, because you've heard me say this a gabillion times before. It's totally a number, that this is not field of dreams marketing, my friends. Just because you create things, whether they're blogs or posts or articles or videos, just because you create them does not mean that people are going to magically appear. This isn't Iowa. There are no cornfields to plow down. This is the internet, and you need to drive eyeballs to you. And so today I want to talk about, I said there were 3 ways. It's really 4 ways. I'm surprising you with a bonus of how to stand up, how to step up, stand up, show up, share, and ask. Oh, I just let the cat out of the bag. Those are the 4. And so we're going to talk about each of those. And the first one is, I need you to stand up, right? You have to get out on video. And for those of you who are on video, you're like, yeah, I'm there. Great. But there are many of you, especially coming into Video Playground, and I keep seeing, I'm terrified. I'm afraid. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. And so I'm going to go back there, everyone. For those of you who have heard this before, but it might be brand new to you, is you've got to make your fear second to wanting to serve and show up for your audience. So you have to decide that actually doing the work that lights you up, actually sharing your gifts and changing lives is more important than your fear. And yes, that sounds simplistic, and you're like, thanks, Tracy. However, you're going to stay hidden on the sidelines, hanging out in the shadows, looking for that plow in the cornfields, right? Because if you're not standing up and saying, I'm here and I can help you, how the heck is anybody supposed to know that you exist? Because I know that everybody keeps hearing like video's not going away anymore, especially when we have, the head of Instagram saying, oh, we're moving away from pictures and going more video. And people are complaining, but guess what? The viewers are driving that. So hear this. If the viewers want more video, you need to show up on video, but not because it's trendy. And believe me, if you're new to me, I don't want you dancing and pointing at crap. Please don't do that if it's not your thing. You are never going to, I'm here and I can help you. Yes, and it says Facebook user. So hello, Facebook user, Jennifer Miller. Who could it be? One of my friends from Canada. But anyway, yes. So you have to say you're here, and not because it's trendy, not because video is not going away, but because you need to be visible. Let me say that again. You need to be visible, because the number of people who can buy from you is 0 if they don't know you exist. And you, like I said, who's tired of being the best kept secret? How much money are you making as the best kept secret? I know it's harsh. Listen, the way that I teach, the way that I do things is I will hold your hand. I will give you big bubbly hugs for, safely, obviously through the internet. But I also carry a tiny whip, because I know what video can do for your business. I know it. I can see it. I know, and you know that you're the expert, right? You're educated. You're really good at what you do. And you can't keep swirling in the mire of I wish. You are the only person responsible for you being invisible. It's not anything else. Things aren't working, right? You need to show up. You need to stand up. Which brings me then, once you decide, and of course you're all like, okay, Tracy, I'm on board. I will show up. Yay, keep following me. I'll help you get there, right? Then you need to show up, not once, but continuously. You need to show up consistently. You need to be top of mind. When we talk about being the go-to expert, and here's where I'm not just talking about videos, but once you embrace videos, you need to keep showing up consistently. Otherwise, it's the internet. Hi, Lisbeth. Video is such a game changer. And Elizabeth, I love that you're here because you did not love video going into it. I bet there were a bunch of excuses held by our friend Perfectionist Patty going, oh, Elizabeth, no, you shouldn't do it, right? Kick her to the curb, send her packing, because your videos don't have to be perfect. You don't have to show up in perfection. I want you to show up in imperfect action and keep showing up. But what I also mean by showing up, and this is really important, so if you're taking notes, now would be a write downable, is show up and help people, right? Help them get results. That was super almost like Valley Girl. Help people, right? But help them get results. This is happening. I, on a daily basis, probably have 4 or 5 groups that I'm very active in. And what I do is I share my expertise, which inherently makes me the authority, which shows the people who I'm helping, my work. And then they reach out, and it happens naturally. This is the culmination. When we talk about organic traffic, when we talk about helping people organically, who here on my list hasn't, my group here hasn't been helped by me in some way? Probably all of you came from somewhere else, whether that be YouTube or a group or somewhere else, right? Where I was sharing my expertise, and then I invited you over to Video Playground. Oh my God, that was on purpose. Well, yes, I want to help you, but I also know, because I'm really good at what I do, that I can then take you that next step, right? And that's what I mean by showing up. You're showing up as the authority that you are, but you have to help people get real results. And again, these are one of those things when we're talking about, getting people results, real results, actionable things that you can say, oh, I helped Lisbeth do this. I helped Lisbeth go live. I helped Lisbeth get comfortable on camera. I helped Lisbeth really tune into her audience and who she was serving so she could have the right messaging, right? That is what I have helped Lisbeth do. But that's where it ends. Lisbeth then has to show up on video, show up in groups, show up and let people know that she exists. Again, becoming the go-to expert. And there can be more than one, my friends. I always say, I don't like to say I like to say collaboration instead of competition. There is enough space in this online world for all of us. We can all be the go-to expert, right? There's not just one go-to expert. Right? There's a lot of people teaching video. Nobody teaches it like I teach it. And I'm confident about that. Right? They may have really good results for their people. I get really good results for my people. Right? And that's all this comes down to, is really just, again, if you're just tuning in, we want to stand up, which means you actually have to start making videos. You need to show up, which means get out there on video, go into groups, and not in video, but you just go into groups and be helpful. Help people get results. Share your expertise in an authentic way that then makes them go, I like her. I like him. I think he can help me get the results, right? And because you're showing up and telling them you can, which brings me to number 3, which is to share. And this one comes with another little can you please start tooting your horn, damn it? I do want you to show up and help other people, but I also want you to be very confident and toot your own damn horn, because people will do it for you, but you have to confidently, don't be oh, not me, not me. No, if someone's giving you some praise, thank them and then give some more value. Right? Don't say oh, I don't deserve, oh, you really like me, right? No, own it. But when you're sharing, share your praise. Many of you, we were talking about, just the different ways that I collect praise. I have a folder called praise for Tracy on my on my desktop, and I take screenshots of love. That's what I call it. And it actually has like a little emoji heart, right? Screenshots of love. And I have this folder so that I can share with other people how awesome I am. And I want you to stop with the, oh no, I am not worthy. You are worthy. And the only way other people are going to know you're worthy is if you share that. Because what happens with the praise too is it's called, I call it the 5-star Amazon effect, is when you're sharing other people's praise about you, again, instant authority. Oh, they've helped this person. That person's a human like me, not an expert. Not like they don't know, a lot of times when you're the expert in your field, I'm an expert in video, people just automatically assume I'm amazing on video, and that's the way I woke up. Never happened that way. That is not my story. It is quite the opposite. But you need to toot your own damn horn and collect this praise. Share this praise when you're telling stories, right? When you're on video, tell the stories about your clients. It can be strangers. My favorite story to tell about Video Playground, which is my free private group, right? Hi, Amanda. My private group is, I share a lot of value bombs in there, right? And there's this one woman, Liz, who is very active on LinkedIn. And I took a little screenshot because I followed her on LinkedIn. She was asking these great questions of Video Playground. Never bought my course. Didn't need to, doesn't matter. She took action based on all of the value bombs I was dropping. And now she's super active, way more busy. And she said, like, thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for helping me, put myself out there. And what I love is when people take action on something that I've shared, right? Like those value bombs, right? Like, so again, if you're coming in late, how do you show up? How are you the go-to expert? And again, I want you to hear that there can be many go-to experts. There's not just one, right? I am one go-to expert in the video world, right? But the first one is you have to stand up. So you have to be willing to do video. And again, if this is your hurdle, reach out to me. Hey, Tracy, I am terrified. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I've got you, right? I've got you. And then you need to show up. So you're doing videos, you need to show up consistently. You need to show up in groups and be the authority. You need to show up, you need to write articles. You need to do things that are actually going to draw attention to you, that mark and say, she's the expert. That's who. And again, you're sharing these value bombs and people automatically are going to say, she's the expert. It's that inherent authority because you're sharing your knowledge in a way that makes people lean in and listen, right? It's ideal. And I love video for that because then on top of it, they get to see your personality, even if you're terrified. Again, imperfect action. Stop waiting for perfect action. Your viewers don't want it. They want to relate to you as a human. And there's this myth that you have to be like uber professional in order to be thought as the expert. And that's simply not true. I'm going live right now into LinkedIn. And respectfully, I am friends with someone who, when I first started showing up in LinkedIn, she's like, I think you should be a little more professional in LinkedIn. And I was like, you know what? If corporations want to hire me, they're going to hire me because I'm adding something that they don't have. They're good in the corporate. They got enough of that. What they want to add is maybe some humor. Maybe they want videos that actually train their folks and not just bore them or put them to sleep. Maybe they were like, so what they're going to be attracted to is me and my style of teaching and my authority, my knowledge, so that I become the go-to expert. So you don't have to show up as anybody but you. And again, if this standing up thing, right, is really holding you back so that you can't show up yet, then I need you to reach out to me so we can get you at least doing some videos, getting you out there, because video is not magical in that like you're going to show up and be good at it. You have to practice at it. You can only practice at it if you actually start doing videos, right? And then you have to share, praise, toot your own, this is my favorite one, toot your own damn horn, people. I do it all the time, but I do it seamlessly. I own my authority. I am really, really good at what I do. I also have a lot of fun doing what I do, right? And so it easily becomes part of my conversation. But I also have, all of the years of my experience to tell those stories of other people right? Having wins because of the work that I do with them, right? And then the last way is, if we're going to toot our own horn, damn it, I need you to ask. Again, the number of people who can buy from you, if they don't know who the hell you are, goose eggs, right? And I hate to keep hitting people over the head, but until you hear this, you're interested in becoming the go-to expert, awesome, but you're not willing to show up on video, nope. Right? And here's a little factoid, and this is like a live video, but with video in general, people retain 95% of what you say on a video. 95%, that's incredible. Do you know how much people retain with written content? So that's your blogs, your articles, your posts, your emails that barely get opened, right? Do you know how much people retain? 10%. So you want to stand up and be the go-to expert? How about using a platform where people are actually retaining those value bombs I keep talking about? Yeah, it's video. Yeah, it can be scary. Yeah, you might not know what to say. I've got you on all of those fronts, but if you keep giving me excuses about why you can't do it, that is actually not a fear. That is a story you're telling yourself because you're afraid to be seen. And it's deeper, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your story is. You simply have to make that story, like you get to change that ending, right? And you can simply decide, yes, reaching my audience, showing up as the expert is more important to me than this fear. And we've all had it, right? I hear people talking about imposter syndrome, competition. Oh, they're like, all of that can be true, and you can still show up on video so you get better at it so that you can reach your audience. Because I can tell you, in my community, in my world, the people who are showing up and taking that imperfect action, saying like, oh, screw it, I'm tired of being the world's best kept secret, are the ones who are emailing me, posting, saying, holy shiitakes, video works. My favorite story, here's another one I'm going to share, I'm going to praise, I'm going to toot my own damn horn, is Steven. I love Steven because Steven was so resistant to video, and I gave him some pointers. We hopped on a Zoom. I helped him out. He did a video. Was it perfect? Nope. The content was good though. And he got clients out of it. And he wrote back, it was imperfect action, right? He just did it almost to prove me wrong. You want to see how bad a video can be? Look, Tracy, I'm going to do this. He got clients from it, and he wrote the funniest thing. And he said, oh, damn it. Video really works. Video really works. And that's someone taking imperfect action to show up as the go-to expert. And now, if you want to talk to somebody about conversion copywriting and they're the best person, it's Steven. Like in our world, we're all like, oh, just go to Steven. He's amazing. I'm hiring him. I have a meeting with him next week so he can go over one of my sales pages. His live that he did in imperfect action made me take action. So when he put up an offer, I was like, this is silly and you're not charging enough, which is something you always hear me say, you're not charging enough, right? So the other thing though is you need to ask. So I'm often asked when it comes to like, you know, when you see like a scene on bars, the Origin with Kate Northrup, Jeff Walker, Ashley Turner, Destiny Berman, Nancy Levin, all of these people, like I get to put them learning herbs, and they're like, oh my God, how did you get to talk to Jeff Walker's group? I asked, but first I showed up. I showed up as the expert in Jeff Walker's groups. I went to live events and I said, I am your video expert. I am an Emmy-nominated video person. I understand the structure and strategy of video like nobody else. And they went, oh, she could probably help us with some stuff. And then they invited me to be a guest. That's how I did it. But I asked. So you have to ask, and you have to keep reaching out, because what you're going to get is about 100 no's until you get that one yes. And now I am super picky choosy. It's a phrase, super picky choosy about who I work with. Hey, Brendolyn, you know, we're going live on Friday because it's a good time for you. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, so picky choosy because now I'm getting offers and it's from random people, and good for them. They're asking for a video expert. They want people to go. I want to be a speaker in February at a live event that I'm really interested in, and I want to be chosen. You know what I did? I asked, and someone reached out to me and like, oh, okay, we'll put you on the list. Had I sat back and said like, I hope they discover me. I hope they see, right? Like I am very active in the group. I am very helpful in the group, but that may not be enough. I want to be on that stage. I want to be singing out to all of my super fans who have helped me like get in there and become known, right? Mike Grega, I'm talking to you, right? So they have helped establish me as the authority. So now when the, whoever's in charge of booking the speaker says like, oh my gosh, this Tracy Phillips, her name keeps coming up over and over and over, right? Maybe we should look at her. If it simply gets me in the door, I know that once my foot is in the door, I know that once they hop on with me and ask, what I can teach and what I can do, I've got it from there, but I have to keep asking. I have to keep asking. I love that LinkedIn user. That's all it says to me. So I don't know who that is, but Tracy's the best. This is so spot on. I don't know who you are, but of course I love you. So again, let's just go back up. We're just going to go back through. Those of you who know my live video formula, we always do this. This is the recap portion. You have your hook, then you teach, then you recap, right? And your CTA today, I'll skip around because what I really want you to do is tell me as I go through these, like, where are you and what are you willing to do? Because if you keep saying, I just want to be the go-to expert, or you know that you should be the go-to expert and you're like the biggest kept secret, what can you do? So are you at a phase where you just need to stand up and actually say like, yes, I need to start doing video so that I can get noticed? Because you will. And it's almost accidental. Like it's not, again, not Field of Dream marketing. We're not plowing cornfields here, people. You have to then take that video and send it out to people, share it with people. You can say, I'm going live now into 5 different platforms, right? Simply to put the word out there, right? So tell me if you're going to be standing up and that's your first step. Awesome. I've got you. Showing up, go into groups, establish yourself, be helpful, give value, get results, right? And then start to share and toot your own horn, which is not yet, right? But yeah, then we're going to share and start tooting your own damn horn. So when you have helped someone in these groups and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. There's 2 things going on. I've helped people and hopped on Zooms and they're like, what can I do for you? I tell them to go back into the community and tell other people how helpful I've been. I've booked $5,000 in the last 5 days. And I don't usually like share those kinds of like, whoa, numbers, simply from people saying, Tracy helped me do this. Nice, right? I didn't pay for any of that advertising, but I helped someone. And then in turn, they were like, what do I do? How do I help you? Oh, and then I take screen grabs of those. Screen grabs of love, I call them, right? So, and the last one is you need to ask. If you want to be a guest on somewhere, if you have a podcast you love, if you like make lists, follow through, find the right person, and keep asking, because again, they're not going to magically, like Jeff Walker wouldn't be like, oh, there's 1,100 people. Are you a video expert? Do you want to teach in my group? He knows nothing about me until I start showing up in his group and I start helping people in his Plaque group. And I start, right, like that's how, and then I ask, hey, can I do a presentation? Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, we've heard a lot about you. We've been watching you in the group. You're really active. Hello, right? So those are the 4 ways. Stephen, I love that it was, I love that you were on here. Stephen, were you here when I told your story? Because I used you as an example. Amanda, great advice. You're welcome. And I love so many of you are watching from LinkedIn. That makes my heart happy. Those of you who are a little bit new to me, I spent forever trying to get LinkedIn access because you have to apply. And for some weird reason, I was not allowed to do lives. And now that I am, they can't stop me. So you just woke up. So Stephen, go watch the replay because I actually tell your story about Mr. Resistant to Video, showed up in Imperfect Action, got clients, and then sent me a really funny, I was talking about screenshots of love where you're like, oh, damn it, video does work, right? Because that's what it does. I love it. You just, Kathy coming in. Hello, Kathy. So good to see you. So again, what I would like, if you're watching on the replay, if you're watching right now with me, you becoming the go-to expert is in your hands. Now I can help you get there with video, obviously, but I can't do the asking. I can't do the tooting of your own horn. I can't do any of that stuff. You have to do it. So tell me how you're going to pick one and start doing it. So again, if you're just at the beginning, right? You're just at the beginning, you need to stand up. If you're already doing videos, you need to show up. You need to help people. You need to give value, and you need to get numbers, and you need to actually, like help people and then share those results. Share those results. Toot your own damn horn, and then put yourself out there. Ask to be on people's podcasts. Ask to be interviewed. Ask to be part of a summit. Ask to be live on stage. Otherwise, people won't know you exist. That is all I have for today. Next week, I'm going to be sharing actually my kind of behind the scenes, how I prep for my videos. So like the creation process, whether that's live or scripted or just silly little ads that I do, but I'm going to just share, you're going to get a walk inside of my brain on how my creative process works for how I actually get my videos done, how I stand up and show up. Can anybody tell that I'm having a lot of fun with my little banners today? So anyway, I will see you all next week. Have a marvelous, marvelous Friday and weekend. Take care.